I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The second meeting of the year on tap here between these two fierce AFC rivals. These teams know each other very well, and that only serves to stoke the flames of what is always a heated battle. It's the Bengals going up against the Browns. With that, let's get up to Cleveland. We're standing by our Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. From the shores of Lake Erie, EA Sports has coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's an AFC North matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And incomplete to open things up. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
Hey, we're going to rally. Rally. Here we go.
Then he'll give it here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
On 1st down, Carr. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. And while we have a moment, let's meet the starters defensively for the Cincinnati Bengals.
And they wanted to update and beef up their secondary, and they did that with their first-round selection. William Jackson III out of Houston has speed, good eyes in the secondary, and is aggressive on the corner.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Like, it's lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
Here we go. Wide and yay.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. On 2nd down, here's Carr. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Zebra! Zebra! All right, here we go.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
2nd and 1, if people want to run the football, this is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Hold on, baby. Alert, alert.
Here's Carr to throw. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Down the numbers. There he goes. 30, 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And now the Browns offense trots back onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Rally. All right, here we go. Wide and yay. Here we go, rally.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Now a play fake. Carr finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's 3rd down for this offense.
We ready?
And the back goes into motion. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3-and-out.
We ready? Red 18. Red 18. Come on, baby. Alert. Alert. Hey, we're going to rally. Rally.
Carr now on 1st down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. It's a pickup of 14 there. And the Browns are going to have a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
2nd down to the offense needing 5 yards.
Hey, we're going to rally. Rally. We ready?
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Hopkins, the man in motion left. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Hopkins, the one receiver right. In motion right is Watkins. Throwing on first down is Carr. Looks for White, but it's intercepted. And he's got room. A great read, and it's picked off. There he goes, right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And here are the Browns now as the offense comes back out onto the field. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Carr to throw on second down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are back within a score. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And that'll be good enough for a Cincinnati first. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. The gun. They'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 6 there on first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
4 yards remaining now on second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Green 39.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going to throw right side here, complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Let's go.
They're going to look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. From the right hash, this from 33. And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Here comes the D swarming to the line. Watkins alone on the left side.
Here we go.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They come out here in the eye.
Alert! 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 Here we go!
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Fielded at the 33. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. 1:57 to go in this first half. More from Cleveland after this. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Halfback sent in motion.
No. Check. Patriot.
And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And the back goes into motion. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
So the defense forces a 3-and-out, but they got some help along the way. They threw it on 1st down, and when they were unsuccessful, it became 2nd and long. Didn't get it again on another pass. Went 3rd and long, and they almost had to put it in the air. They may want to rethink some strategy going forward.
And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Watkins alone on the left side.
Wide and yank.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. On first down, Carr looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Zebra! All right, here we go.
On second down, here's Carr. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb to the next level and get the linebacker. And you're not allowed to climb. You got a free hitter, and that's what we saw there. And a really nice play resulted for them.
Wide open receiver complete. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Their big tight end, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Throwing now is Carr. And this is incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now Carr looking again for Watkins, and this time that's complete. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And this is Carr. That's Watkins. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Here we go. Red 18. Red 18. And we go rally. Rally. Zebra. Zebra.
The final shot here before half for Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense.
Here we go.
Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back.
There he goes, left side. The 30. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there for Cincinnati. 49 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
The play clock's running down. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now they'll run it on the toss. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 20 that time. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he bulls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. The The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
All right, here we go.
On play action, it's Carr. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Give him 18 yards on that one, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit. But even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Hopkins, the one receiver right.
Red 18. Red 18. Hey, we're going to rally. Rally. Hold on, baby. Alert. Alert. Hey, we're going to rally. Rally.
Throwing on first and rush coming, and he's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
All right, here we go. Oh, baby, alert. Alert.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield.
Hey, we're going to rally. Rally.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 23 yards on the play. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Alert.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. Watkins alone on the left side.
Hey, we're going to rally. Rally. Hold on, baby. Alert. Alert.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go for a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now a handoff looking right. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit. Even though I'm not rooting for either team, that was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
12 yards to go on 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11.
We ready? Wide and yay.
Here's Carr to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the 2nd half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. In motion comes the tight end left. Throwing his car on third down. And this is going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that brings up fourth down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
All right, here we go. Here we go, rally.
Now Carr, got to have this one. And it is incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Watch him now, Barney.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
3rd and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look.
Detroit!
Play clock winding down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a fourth down.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And his kick here is good. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Now a play fake. Carr going deep here for Watkins. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He hits White, complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that fourth down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
After that incompletion, I almost get the sense that he's going to look up at the booth and kind of look at us and say, hey, you guys got any suggestions? It's been that kind of game, hasn't it? They've had him on the run throughout.
Yeah, and I get that you're trying to make a play here losing fourth quarter, but to throw when you're not set with pressure coming could have been an interception.
Very much so, and it's been that kind of game for him. They've had him on the run, had him off balance. He's got to find a way to make some big-time throws down the stretch. The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
Again, it's Carr. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped, altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it, and now fourth down.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a third down attempt.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Halfback sent in motion. They'll go for it. It's Carr. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a first down.
Throwing on first down is Carr. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. And he comes back with one complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And they're going to speed things up here. On first down, Carr. On the left side, a catch by White. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
All right, here we go. Red, baby, alert, alert.
Now Carr again. Throwing middle, and it's complete. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Carr. It's caught. This is White. Now he's able to pull off a nice hurdle, but they've quickly swarmed down. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
All right, here we go.
They'll give it to him right up the gut and give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And they're definitely showing blitz here.
Zebra.
They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Wide and yellow, baby, alert, alert.
Now Carr, got to have this one. And this is Carr. That's Watkins. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
As a defender, I always found the slant route extremely difficult to cover unless you're able to jump on top of it early, because once he gets his hands on the ball, he's at full speed going away from you.
It all happens in the blink of an eye, doesn't it?
It really does. The timing is so important. That ball's got to be out of the hands of the quarterback and to the receiver like that. And if it is, you often get a very successful play.
And this seemingly endless drive continues.
All right, here we go. Red 18.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
All right, here we go.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. That's caught at the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin 4th quarter, you're going. Maybe one final chance here to make this a bit more respectable as they'll go for it on 4th and goal. They come out here in the eye. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is going to lose yardage here. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Bengals are going to get the football back. And tough starting field position here. They'll come out in the pistol. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. And now they're in the hurry-up.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that plus 3.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Set. Green 39.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be taken down. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Now the backup, A.J. McCarron. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.